Okay, here I have a G&G SR XL combat machine. It's their brand new combat machine that they've brought out, and it has an aluminium key mod rail. I'll go into that in a minute. I'm not doing much of a review, but if you want to buy this, I have 5 quick things that you should notice or think about before you buy it. The first thing is that it has a very small stock compartment for batteries. It looks like it's got a really cool design to its stock. However, it has a very small space for batteries, meaning that your average sized 2S LiPo won't be really able to fit very well. I have this 2 amp hour 2-cell battery. It comes as each cell in separate. That just only fits down these 2 holes, which are smaller than normal. However, they don't go all the way, and they stop about here, very, very tight, and so you have to push it quite far back, just about here, before it actually works. So I bought a much smaller 1 amp hour 3-cell battery that actually just goes down this tube, and that is also quite tight, but as long as you pry up the MOSFET, put it under the MOSFET, and push it down, you can get your stock to come about here, which is more comfortable than having one of those other batteries, although it's not going to have much battery life, 1 amp hour, although that's quite enough for me. Okay, number 2 is there is a bit of a motor whine if you don't use a 3-cell. If you use 2-cell, it is a bit slower, and I believe this probably has a lower torque, higher speed motor in there, designed for 3-cell, so I would recommend using a 3-cell. Number 3 is that it may not take NIMH batteries. I have an NIMH battery, and the MOSFET has a low voltage cutoff, and because the NIMH batteries have different voltages to LiPo batteries, it acts to cut off at a certain voltage that NIMH batteries operate at, and so sometimes your NIMH battery will work, sometimes they won't. It's designed really for lithium polymer batteries, this gun is. So you may need to buy a LiPo. Also, if you haven't got a LiPo, you probably have to buy a LiPo and a battery charger, which is an added cost. Also, this has a key mod rail, so if you're not familiar with key mod rails, they don't actually hold anything unless you have a extra Picatinny attachment on top. And if you go on eBay, these things are quite expensive for very small ones. So this is a 5-slot key mod rail section. Basically, that key mod rail section, that goes onto a key mod rail, and it turns it into a Picatinny rail wherever you want. This gives you like a added customizability. Can't say it, it's being too fast. But yeah, it's just got an extra cost added to it. So number 5 is there is a 3-round burst on this gun, which is really awesome. As I said, I'm not really doing a review, but if you just hold the trigger while the battery's in on semi, hold it for 10 seconds, it'll fire once, and then you'll wait for 10 seconds, and then you let go. That means it's programmed into 3-round burst mode, which means you just click into auto, hit one, fire it once, and it'll fire 3 times. This works really well in 3-cell, and is awesome. So hope that helped. If it did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you later.